Welcome to the Empire Diaries, the podcast for ambitious women who know they're made for more. Hosted by powerhouse business and marketing strategist Emily Mallender and founder of the Empowered Collective, this is your weekly dose of real and raw conversations, actionable strategy, and the mindset shifts that will actually transform your business and life.
Welcome back to the Empire Diaries. I hope you loved last week's episode. That was real women, real stories, real voices, completely unscripted, completely spontaneous and impromptu recorded at the Empowered Media Studios when we ran our Confidence, Content and Visibility weekend. Because I allowed the ladies on the first day to record, I've also allowed the ladies that attended on the second day to record as well. So this episode that you're going to listen to today, again, completely unscripted, just random basically, but there's 10 gorgeous, skilled, talented, amazing women sharing their real stories, their real energy, their real passions with you in this episode. So I'm going to transition over now and I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the Empire Diaries. This is yet another spontaneous podcast that we're doing here at our Content and Visibility Day. I'm joined by all these gorgeous, beautiful ladies here. So I'm just going to pass the mic around and let them all introduce themselves.
Hi there, I'm Karen Baldy and my business is called Limelight and I do executive coaching to get you back to being the centre of yourself really, which is an interesting journey.
Hi, I'm Jane Dyer. I'm a workplace wellbeing consultant and coach at Tudor Rose Workplace Wellbeing.
Hi, I'm Paula Hannay. I'm the founder of Freedom and Flow Wellness Co. and I help organisations build wellness into their strategy for growth.
Hi, I'm Becky and I'm an online science tutor. I'm a teacher turned full-time tutor and I help support teens through their GCSEs.
Hello, I'm Beth and I'm a social media manager and graphic designer and I help coaches and service providers stand out online.
Hi, I'm Scylla. I'm from Mackenzie Family and Finance and I support families going through child arrangements and court.
Hi, I'm Helen. I'm an online business manager and mental health advocate.
Hey, I'm Jen. I'm a business strategist. No, I'm not. That's a total lie.
We've been working on videos all day and messaging all day.
I was thinking about Helen. I was like, oh, I love that, Helen.
This is fine.
I'll be Helen as well.
I want to be you. I want to be you with the eyeshadow.
Honestly.
Hey, I'm Jenny Hardaker. I'm a personal brand strategist and I help business owners become the face of their brand.
Love that.
I'm Nicola Newton. I'm a nutritionist and a health coach and I help people feel amazing. Brilliant. So I'm just going to literally open the conversation up. There's no agenda whatsoever with this. I think it's just real women, real voices, real stories. That's what I really want to get across on this podcast. So I'd like to know a bit about why you all booked on today in the first place. Feel free, anyone, to be brave.
Well, for me, there's nothing more empowering than being in a room full of women. I feel so comfortable when I'm around women. And I feel like we all help each other to grow and help each other to be lifted up. And coming today, knowing that I needed some photos was my main idea in my mind. And when I saw the package, I thought, oh my gosh, this is not just photos. This is a room full of women where we're going to be able to spend the day together, have our photos, have hair and makeup done, feel super special, but also just connect and make new connections in the business world. And I thought, I'll come here because I won't really know anybody. And it'd be nice to get to know new faces. Just happened that there was 2 people or 3 people that I did know, but I didn't know that when I booked on apart from Helen. And it's just nice to get in new environments with other women doing really well in business.
Yeah.
So for me, it was about, I'm very aware that visibility, personal branding is more important than ever right now in the online space, especially when you run an online business. And so many of us are kind of like putting content out there, but knowing that we're not taking the time to produce content that's high quality, that's representing our brand properly. And we're doing ourselves a disservice in doing that. So it's really important to invest in that, to invest in ourselves, to give ourselves the platform and the space and the time to actually do it. It's something that we just don't prioritise. We're too busy working in the business to work on the business. So for me, that's what it was all about. It was about giving myself that space to actually think about and be strategic about what is my brand, what do I want it to look like, how do I want to present myself to the world, rather than just throwing content together and just showing up however I show up. So it's just far more intentional. And again, like Jenny said, it was just, this appealed to me because it was for women, because it seemed like a really safe space, which it definitely has been. Thank you. It seemed very well thought out, and yeah, it just really kind of came across to me that like that's what aligns with me, and that's why I decided to come and do it here.
Well, thank you.
So for me today, I guess I've got a fear of being what you know in the business world as the world's best kept secret, because I struggle with visibility. I inherently don't like pictures of myself, and so this is the sort of season that I'm in of making sure that I increase that visibility, and so it was a bit of a no-brainer to come and get these photographs done, knowing that I'd get those reels and all sorts of other bits of content for my business. And as well as that, like the ladies said, it's about that connection. I came today and I already know 4 ladies here that I know through the business world, and I'm going to walk away now knowing another 4 ladies from the business world. So it's just great to make those connections, because you just never know what's going to come, what collaborations and what other connections other people have got that can lead you that way.
Thank you. Does anyone else?
For me, it's like the other ladies have said, it's taking time out to think about yourself and what you're doing in your business and get back to your why, and working on putting that across to your audience, and having a pamper day thrown in. What, you can't say no, can you?
How have you all found the sort of having your hair and makeup done? I know we call it a pamper, don't we? But I don't think we take that time out ever to treat ourselves. And I know me, I run in from school at 8:45 in the morning. I've got to be on Zoom at 9. So while the kettle is boiling, I literally just slap something on my face, run upstairs, and then try and look like I've got my shit together. I try and move the laptop up so you can't see my triple chin on there. I'm like, oh, hello. But I know with women, insecurities are a massive part of why they don't get outside their comfort zone and why they don't come for pictures and things like this. Are you vulnerable enough to be able to share, like, do you have insecurities? Because I think it's something that every woman goes through, but we don't talk about it. No one acknowledges it. People expect you to just show up. You're bloody all amazing at what you do. I've heard about all your businesses today, but a lot of you have been hiding behind your business. And I think you've all done amazing pushing yourself outside your comfort zones today. I'm looking at each and every one of you that have come in here and gone, oh my goodness, I can't do a video. I don't think enough women share.
Thinking about insecurities, I think as women, we tend to see all the men going out there doing it all, and it all seems so easy, doesn't it? Which I'm sure it isn't. But that's what they put across because they seem more confident and everything. So I think that doesn't help with our insecurities.
Yeah, I think the online world as well at the minute, everything's so filtered and fast-paced and things. Do you want mine? Yeah. That's so we go.
No idea what I'm going to say. But I was going to say, with insecurities and just being vulnerable, I'm someone who feels it. I feel a lot of the time I need to shrink myself down. And it comes across like I'm really shy and really quiet, and I don't want to be myself, because I'm going to get emotional now, because I feel like I'm too much, or I'm stupid. Like, I say all these negative things to myself, and I feel like if I was to truly be myself, then no one's going to take me seriously, and no one's going to think that what I've got to say is worth listening to. So a lot of the time I will be very quiet. Whereas when I've come here today, I've just completely been myself.
Yeah.
And I always feel like that when I'm in a room full of women who are like you guys, or women, who are supportive and just are okay with you being you.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much to be said for someone who just doesn't judge you, or someone who, and you know, a lot of it is probably in the mind, but thank you for just hosting such a beautiful space.
You're not alone. Like, literally, I shared with you all this morning before we got started. Like, I'm not the most confident person in the world. I've got insecurities and vulnerabilities, but I can't let that stop me showing up. And you are all here today probably because you've seen me showing up somewhere. And I think recently, what I've been reflecting, and I don't mind your opinions on this, is someone was saying to me, you're too relatable. So she was like, you need to be like an expert, authority, like hold yourself up here because you're too relatable, so people don't look at you in that way. But I was like, I don't want to pretend to be something that I'm not. I'm just me. Like, I'm bright and I'm sparkly, and like our energy was like, there was nothing small, by the way, about those blue heels that you chatted in earlier. Nothing small about that.
Smallness here today.
But I've worked in a male-dominated industry for the last decade, so me getting up on stage in all of this, I was like, is anyone even gonna take me seriously? Are they gonna listen to me? And I felt a massive, I don't know what the word is, unalignment sort of thing. Like it was nudging me last year, and I know I'm good at what I do, and I know I love the guys that I work with, but it wasn't me. And it was making me miserable. I was going on Zooms and I was crying, and I'm like, that's not me. I don't cry. And they were like, oh, it's just a hormones again. And I'm thinking, it's not. And then the more I was trying to the more I was trying to force it and show up and be happy, I'm thinking something doesn't sit right. And I'm sure a lot of you have probably come from corporate careers and things like that to follow your own dreams, and something just snapped in my head. I snapped at my kids. Do you know what? That's what it was. I snapped at my kids, and I looked at him and I thought, that wasn't your fault. That was me. I was overwhelmed. I was under pressure. I was stressed out. And because he'd not done what I'd asked him to do, it came out. And I thought, I don't want to be that mom. I do not want to be that mom. I want to be calm. I want to be happy. I want calm nervous system. And I want to really enjoy and love what I do. So I was like, that's when I was like, right, do you know what? I'm just going all in with Empowered. I'm not bothered. I'm going for it because if it makes me feel better. And then the fact that all of you are sat here today and that vision sort of come to life makes me really emotional.
And I think there's a lot to be said there as well about like people's opinions and how much we value other people's opinions and how much we have to stop doing that. Because for me, what attracts me to you is exactly what people have told you not to be.
Okay.
So by listening to that, that could send you off on a completely different path, and a path that actually, like one of my favourite sayings that we say a lot is your vibe attracts your tribe, right? And if you change who you are, that's not you anymore. That's not going to attract the people that attract to that. And I think we've gone through a cycle now of online where it's been perfection and it's been polished and it's been all of that. And now I think authenticity is selling far more than anything else. I think relatability and people that are real, and being able to look at people and be like, that person's like me, because we've all been sold the dream. We've all been sold the perfection. There's a trust recession, and I think authenticity is more important than ever.
Absolutely. I'll just say that as well, that you sharing who you are and your journey, I don't know how I initially came across you, but then I've led into your podcast and the things that you've shared on there, and I've been listening to them going, that's me. That's me. And if you can do it and you can overcome those things, then I can too.
Yeah.
And it is that relatability, because like you say, we've seen all the polished and perfection, and I don't want somebody that's going to say to me, right, to get here you need to do X, Y and Z. I want someone to really share those raw truths with me. I don't know how to run a business, neither did you in the beginning.
Yeah.
We learn, we share that, we be relatable, and we help each other along. So we all need to listen to ourselves, because we know that it is that personality and it's that personal branding and sharing that story. But it's so hard, isn't it? We do hide away, but
yeah,
that proves that it's exactly what we need to do.
I want to know how you all felt this morning before you came, like, honestly, because I had a lot of private messages. And then I think I had a private message of just about every person. And I was like, if we'd have all have shared those in the group, then we could have all supported each other. I know not everyone knew each other, so it didn't feel safe enough to do that, but you've all bonded so well today. Would you be brave enough to tell me how you were feeling before you came here? Yes, she took the mic.
So I've always struggled with my body image and comparing myself and anxiety and all that beautiful fun stuff. And yeah, this morning to be fair, I handled it better than old me would have done, but I still had those thoughts in my head, like, what if I look a certain way that I don't want to look on the pictures, and them insecurities creeping in, and I wasn't going to talk myself out of it, but it was still there a little bit. So when I did get here and you opened up about your experience with body image and things, that just made me feel at ease and like I wasn't alone. And I think that's so important, because I think it's so easy to compare ourselves to people online, but it's actually most likely a highlight reel and not reality anyway. So yeah, I think being that authentic you and showing up as yourself has helped me personally anyway.
Thank you. I want you to take a moment to tell yourself that how proud you should be of yourself today.
Well, thank you.
Honestly, you have done amazing. I don't expect anyone to walk in the studio and to just like, what, like, sort of thing. Like, that's not what I expect, but I've seen growth in one day with some of you, huge growth, and you especially. I know how nervous you were coming in here. Your photos are bloody amazing. You've done so well. You should be really, really proud of yourself.
I think part of that is because I brought all sorts of clothes with me, and I just wore what I felt comfortable in rather than trying to be something. Like, one of my outfits was some comfy dungarees. It's like, instead of trying to be something that I'm not, just being comfy. So yeah, that helped. And also the team.
So for me, I don't think I DM'd you, did I?
I don't have
That's me.
I need a
But
Helen.
you know what? I was really excited about coming today, and I think I didn't know anybody. I've seen you on your podcast, but I was really looking forward to it. Personally, for me, I was coming because I thought, oh yeah, it's time to update some photos and things like that. I'm not present on social media. I'm really bad, but actually it's kind of given me a bit of an insight into, actually you get out there and you just be you. And I think coming from the corporate and doing my own thing now, and you do think, your corporate world, everybody's so polished, but actually I loved it today because I was in like dresses that actually corporate people do wear. And that is totally relatable. And when you were saying that somebody said you were too relatable, I don't get that. I think people will relate to you when they need to relate to you.
Yeah.
People will find you.
Yeah.
Because not everybody's relatable at every time. And that's a powerful thing.
Yeah.
And you'll see that you won't keep the same people around you. They'll move.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably come back.
Bye, Felicia.
So, but that's the power of what you do.
Yeah.
So you are totally relatable.
Yeah.
And I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
I don't try to be related. I'm not here like,
but that's
relate to
it. It is that vibe, isn't it? It is the vibe. So you do connect with the people that you're meant to connect with at this moment in time, which is brilliant. And I've met some amazing people today. It's been absolutely fabulous. From an oldie to like just seeing the young people who are like, social media is just natural. And I'm like, oh, hello. So let's see how we go.
Someone did the podcast in here yesterday, and then we sat down last night. She went, where can I listen to it? And she went, I've never listened to a podcast. And I was like, well, you're in one.
It's my first one.
Yay!
It's the day of first, so I've loved it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
So again, for me, I was nervous and excited. I felt quite vulnerable because I don't like having photos taken of myself, but I knew I wanted to be with women who were leveling up in their business, who were ready to step up and be that next version of themselves to make their business a success. You know, we're really striving towards those goals that them set themselves, and everybody has just been absolutely incredible. So yeah, thank you everybody, and thank you Emily for putting on such an amazing day.
I know you spoke earlier, obviously, about like family pictures and things like that, and how much of a thing it was for you to stand there on your own and really own that. But again, you were amazing.
Yeah, I think I've always had a really close family, and I'm really close to my sisters and my cousins and my best friends. So they've always been my kind of my safety net, even today, and we are for each other. So then when I had my children are kind of like, we're always together. So it's always a photograph with them or my partner. So when I came to put things on my social media, it was always, I've got to chop somebody off and like literally try to get myself in there.
Your headshot.
Just like that just natural, Paula. So I knew that I had to put myself in this position today and step outside my comfort zone and just enjoy every minute of it when I weren't shaking like a leaf.
You were fine. We were shaking, but we were all twerking at the same time, weren't we? I think you can still have a strategic and a corporate sort of shoot and still have it fun. Like, I see people saying, well, I'm going on this shoot because it's really fun. And then I see them dancing about and just being a bit daft and like miming to trending audios and stuff. And I think, but you're not going to put that on your website. It's not. But then I think the opposite side of that is people think, well, I go for a really corporate, stuffy photo shoot, but it's going to be boring and it's going to be this and that. So I think trying to blend the two together.
You did it perfectly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That was, and do you know what I loved earlier? I don't know if you did it on purpose or not, but I've asked you all, like, how have you felt today? And you all said empowered, and I was like, what a word. So yeah, have you got any advice, do you think, in general for women starting their own business and just getting started in any aspect? Is there anything you've learned, anything you've experienced that you'd like to share?
Connect for me.
Yeah.
Connect with a like-minded. So connection is massive, because running your own business can feel really lonely at times. If you're kind of a solo to start off, you've got no one to bounce ideas off. You've got no one to share the worries with, because your partner don't run their own business. They're not the everything. You kind of do every role when you first started out. So yeah, just connecting and being open and trusting other women in the same kind of space that you're in has been the next step for me.
Yeah,
that's been the big next step to help my growth.
Yeah, I'll just second that. Absolutely, get out there and make connections, find a network. There'll be networks that relate to everybody's niche. There are women in business groups if you just want to stick with women. That there's all sorts of groups out there. So find a group, find your tribe. It was absolutely the best thing that I've ever done. And I'm looking at Helen because it all started in Success School, and look where I am now. I've met amazing people. I've now got you as a connection, and because it is a lonely world. And if you're a one-man band as I am, it is incredibly lonely in online space. So just get out there and find your tribe.
I think as well, doing things before you feel ready to do them. So I always used to feel like, oh, I'll do that when I'm more confident. But actually, I only ever felt confident after doing it when I didn't, and when I was scared. But I think on the flip side to that, it is important to be kind to yourself as well throughout that process. So I think you should push yourself out of your comfort zone, but listen to your body as well and know your limits sometimes, because there's always nuance to that stuff. But
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say pretty much exactly what Beth just said. Don't wait to feel ready, because you'll probably never feel ready. Yeah. And it's just a case of taking the steps as you go, surrounding yourself with the right people, as these have just said, and just literally all of us feel scared. All of us feel insecure. All of us feel like we're not ready, but just doing it anyway. And I think that's the best advice I could give to everyone. I've never come across anyone that's gone, I feel ready, confident, and I'm going to smash this when they've started a business. That's not how people go into it feeling. Confidence comes from doing.
Yeah.
So do.
And then you get the evidence, and then you're like, oh, it worked. It wasn't as bad as I thought.
Yeah,
Go again.
Like, people fear failure so much, and they fear getting it wrong. But the reality is, like, you fail forwards and you learn by your mistakes. And failure, we can't see as being, no, I don't even call it failure. It's just learning. Yeah. But it's unavoidable. And anybody that comes into it thinking, I'm going to avoid every mistake and I'm not going to get anything wrong, that's not the way it is. I think you've got to come into it open to learn, open to grow, open to adapt, and then the path reveals itself.
Yeah. My daughter, I think my daughter and son think I am so cringe. Like, and like when I went to speak at school, she was like, don't tell anyone your surname and like blah, blah, blah. But then actually, afterwards, she came up and she was like, oh my God, everyone said you were amazing. And then she wanted to show everyone like who I was. And I was so scared of embarrassing her. And like, but I was like, it is that fear of failure or fear of judgment or fear of upsetting someone. Like, I think as women, a lot of us are naturally people pleasers. We're the caregivers and we want to give. But actually just owning who the fuck you are and stepping into that empowered version of yourself and thinking, do you know what, I'm not bothered. I don't care what they say. I wish I could be a bit more like that. But do you know, I mean, it's a journey, isn't it? We're all just on our own journeys. And I think boundaries and trusting yourself and all that, you've got to go through a bit of failure and a bit of turmoil with it to get to where you need to be. A woman said yesterday, I'm too old for that shit, I'm not doing it. And I thought, I wish I were like, I'm too old for that shit. Yeah.
But it's so true. Like, confidence comes from doing, doesn't it? So you can only ever gain that confidence to not care about opinions by putting yourself out there in the first place. And it's really hard, and we all suffer from that. And we've all been there, where that first video that you put online, you're like, oh, everyone's going to see it and they're all going to laugh at me. And but the more that you do it, the more that you realise, you wish they would watch it. Like, any viewers, come on, watch it, laugh at me, ridicule me, just comment. Because actually, when you start doing it, you realise that nobody actually cares. Yeah. Like, you think people are watching you far more than they actually are.
Yeah. I have a troll now.
Do you? You've made it.
A real life troll.
She's made it.
Oh dear. Yeah, and I think that all goes back again to that relatability, doesn't it? And that fear of judgment, because it's really interesting, because when you're speaking out of a room of 100, 10 of them might judge you, but a lot more will find you relatable.
Yeah.
And I think when you put it into that kind of context, you'll always make an impact with somebody.
Mm. I'm just looking at these with their shoes, and I'm like, well, we made an impact together. I'm not as glittery today. But
and I always remember in the corporate world, and I think it was always a case of, and I always remember the finance directors, because it was like a really big thing. It was always redoing budgets, always redoing them. It's like they weren't set for the year. And it all just went depending on how things were going. Honestly, we had more things like financials redone, reforecasting. So I kind of learned that actually nothing's really set in stone. Yeah. Everything is a reforecast. Everything moves. And I think when you get that, it's like, it takes away that pressure of having to just be right first time. And
evolving into it.
Absolutely, yeah. And sometimes you do have to kind of sit still a little bit and then maybe just change how you do things. But it comes up different in different ways. And then you attract different people anyway. So I don't know, it's a really exciting journey, but I do get that there are scary times, especially when you're on your own and you're like, oh, where's the money coming in? Oh gosh, it's not there yet. But it does, doesn't it? It just seems to come.
That's the thing. I think money for women seems to be, for some reason, a really taboo subject. I know this is all down to money mindset and how people are brought up and the impact that that's had on them and stuff. But everyone's fine when we're working through the goals, the dreams, the vision, the why, that sort of stuff. As soon as I ask them how much money they want to earn, I don't know. And when I was looking at putting a program together, I was like, what do I want for these women? Like, what is it? What is the transformation? What is the outcome? To be visible, to be unapologetically them, and to get paid. Like, to get paid what they deserve for the time, the money and the effort that they're putting into that business. And like, it just made, it was like a light bulb moment to me. I was like, right, the program is visible and paid, right? Step one, how do we get visible? How do we attract our most profitable customers and clients? But then how are we going to convert that into an actual sale at the end of it and get paid for it? And I've always admitted, probably the wrong thing to say because I believe in law of attraction, that I'm not mega money driven. That's not what it's about for me. I'm really about this and about impact. But it's a hard subject to navigate, I think, especially in women. I don't think men are bothered. I think it's completely different.
I kind of say I think men are bothered. I think men are they're really money driven, and I think that is, for them, that is a big currency of kind of validation as well. For women, I think you need it. Don't get me wrong, you can't survive without it. And I think when you're on your own in business, if you're in a corporate, you've got the salary, so it's there, it's a constant unless something happens. But it's kind of getting that ebb and flow, isn't it, with the money and managing it. But where do you want to be? Setting that goal. It's kind of interesting. It's your mindset on money. Yeah. And what you see it as.
I think it's calculating. We have a calculation that we do. I'm not that great at maths, but we use a calculator. And we literally work out how much is it costing me right now to play small and have a figure to it, because you can calculate it. You can calculate it and you can see exactly how much that is affecting you when it accumulates over a year. When I did it, I realised I could pay for Ruby's gymnastics is like a mortgage for us. It's huge, a few £100 a month. And I was like, that would pay for Ruby's gym for the year. So why am I playing small? Why am I getting in my own way? I'm not doing it to be greedy. I'm doing it. And not only that, what an impact you can have when you have more money. You're less stressed. It's not a feast and famine all the time. You can contribute back to causes and things that you want to. So I think opening up the subject of money between women's a really important topic.
One of the things, one of the goals I set myself last year were financial empowerment. So I went through a stage when I separated from my husband where I felt quite financially vulnerable, and I didn't want to ever be in that position again. But then even when the money comes in sometimes, when you've had that period of financial vulnerability, when the money's there, you're scared to spend it, and also you're scared of it going.
Yeah.
So I think just really kind of like the whole financial wellness causes so much stress that people, like you say, there's a taboo that people don't actually talk about, but that underlying like low level stress that it can cause for a lot of people, like say, don't talk openly about it.
No.
But yeah, I think it's really important, like setting yourself and don't feel greedy.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, it's being able to take your children, but having more income for me, then allow me to work less hours, but I can take my children to school in the morning, I can pick them up. So it creates more opportunities and more freedom elsewhere in your life.
Yeah.
I think as well, it's like the way we approach it as women, which can be different to how men approach it, obviously not to generalise, but what I've learned a lot more as I've gone down this path is actually, like, I used to think sales was icky and selling was icky and it made me uncomfortable. And then Matt, who was my coach, taught me that actually it's like, it's service, it's not selling. Serve, don't sell.
Yeah.
You're serving somebody or giving them a service that they need, and it's an exchange of value, isn't it? Your most valuable asset is your time. We only have so much time, and you have to charge your worth for that. And not only that, but to try and sort of see the whole picture as it's a fair exchange, and that's, instead of viewing something as like, oh, that's high ticket, or that's this, or that's that, being able to see that, like, people are paying for your time, they're paying for your expertise, and actually viewing yourself as that. And I think for a lot of women, especially when you've come from employment, where there's kind of like being a bracket put on you that it's like, that's your pay scale, that's what you're worth.
Yeah.
To then be able to try and change that vision in your own mind of what your worth is, which isn't what you've been told, is difficult, but it's all in a work that we can all do and learn to overcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with what a lot has been said. I think for women, it's, we're all in, a lot of us are in business for a passion, not the profit, but to have the passion to serve other people, then we need the money to do more of what we're doing and to help more people and to serve more people. So I think that's important for us to not lose sight of the money side of things.
Yeah. And I think as well is having belief in the product that or the service that you offer, so then that you know you can deliver on what you're promising your client in whatever way that might be, so that it's valuable. I think that's it's having belief in what you offer is valuable for that person.
That's where I struggle, delivering value, but I look at a lot of things out there in the world where there's people charging a lot of money for things, and I don't really feel like the value or the impact and stuff is there. And I had a one-to-one discovery call with someone the other day, and she's paid someone, I'll be completely honest, you know what I'm saying, she's paid someone $5,000 to build some funnels, and he's ghosted, he's disappeared. And she was in bits, and I'm like, how does that bloke sleep at night? I would not be able to sleep. That would make me feel physically sick. And like the sponsorship packs that I'm putting together for Empowered Life, you should see how stacked out every sponsor thing is and every exhibitor thing, because I need to know that they are going to get the value for money, that they are going to get the exposure that I've promised to them and stuff. And I will go like above and beyond to make sure that they get that value.
Yeah. And I think that's so important, that when you're working, when it's like, understand what your own values are. And when you know that you work from a place of integrity, that comes through in all aspects of your work, you know, and for your client results and for yourself, for your own fulfillment in the work that you do.
I think something else I've learned as well with sales, and I really like this, is that it's selfish not to sell. And what I mean by that is, like, for the likes of today, for example, we all needed this. If you'd have just let that doubt win and gone, oh, but nobody's going to want that, nobody's going to align with me, and nobody's going to...
No one's going to want me shaking my ass at them in the camera.
And you hadn't have done this, and you weren't putting yourself out there and you weren't being you and you didn't have your brand, and that would be denying all of us of this experience.
Yeah.
And that would actually be, it's like allowing your ego to take over rather than being of service. And I just thought it was a really interesting perspective, especially when people struggle with anything like that, to be able to view it as, well, actually, there's people that need what I do. And if I don't put it out there for people, that's selfish of me not to do that.
I feel like you should write a book.
On it.
A lot of wisdom in there. So what's been your favourite part about today, do you think?
Who wants to go?
Go on, we can go round.
Okay.
Everyone can.
So for me, I think it's been having the opportunity to actually spend a day on me. Because especially with what I do in my business, it's all about serving other people. And it's really nice to occasionally, and don't get me wrong, I love that. I love being the second man. I love being the person behind the person. That's what lights me up. But sometimes it's really nice to just be like, do you know what? Today is about me.
Yeah. We're very aligned like that, aren't we?
We are.
We are very, we've both been the engine that runs, so not the face of something, but the engine that runs it behind. And I never wanted to be the face. I was happy doing what I do. It runs like a seamless engine. But it is that little niggly feeling inside somewhere where you think, I'm shrinking myself, I'm playing a little bit small because I'm trying to keep everyone else happy and serve them. And you today, oh my God, you in that red dress. I was like, what? Helen's in the house.
And I think that's the real danger with having the kind of business that I have, or that, because you're never the main character in your own life. It's always about everybody else. And don't get me wrong, that is what I am great at. Mm-hmm. But your own confidence can take a dip because of that. When you're shining the light on somebody else all the time, you can fade into the shadows a bit too much. And it's about reminding yourself that, like, hang on a minute, like, you actually need to get yourself front and centre in your own life as well.
Has anyone noticed my sign on the door? Does anyone know what it says? Not there.
Oh, I've seen it, yeah, you said main character energy only, I've seen it.
Has anyone seen the one on the glam room? No. You were all too busy with, oh yeah, it's been open, to be fair, hasn't it? With all the stuff on. Yeah, that's fine. Nicola, what have you taken out today? What's been your favourite?
I've enjoyed having pictures, and I always say I'm so unphotogenic. I hate having my picture took. I hate just things like that. But today I've not felt like that at all. I've not felt awkward. I've been happy to share, and just having an experience with loads of like-minded women and hearing each other's stories. Like, it's fascinating, hearing like what other people have been doing and what their businesses are. And like a few ladies I've connected with that I think could really help my business. So it's just been lovely.
Yeah.
It's just been a really nice day. So thank you. I appreciate it.
If you don't say the fan, I'm going to be so annoyed. We had main chick energy in here.
And the eyeshadow.
The best thing is definitely just being able to play out and to have fun. Yeah. I got that out, yay. Being able to just put on really fun eye makeup and have different eye makeup to usual, and be able to explore with that and just get excited and chat to the girls in the makeup chair, and then come in here and have the fan. But not just a fan, like just having fun, expressing myself and just being bouncy and just being me and just really enjoying it. I feel like I've been playing out.
We sat you down for some pictures. We tried sitting her down, and she sat down and I went, no, she's got too much energy to sit down, get her up. She sat down for one picture and we tried this, and I went, get her up. And then I loved that you were fun and open enough, like, I don't know how to describe other than a gorilla pose. I was like, let's get down. I'm going to look like a complete and utter twat, but I was like,
go on,
let's get down. Let's try a bit of this. Oh, go on then. But I honestly think think that'll be like the best
I do.
pictures as well. And I did also, by the way, tell the makeup woman yesterday, I showed her your eyeshadow and I was like, we've got her coming tomorrow and you need these colours.
And that's it. And it's you that's created this space. It's you that's gone the extra mile to say, about the eye makeup. And she's put all these colours in. And she had the beautifulest eyes as well. And then also making me feel comfortable, but also being okay with, it's okay for you to jump up and down and do your twirly whirlies and whatever. Like, it's just been a beautiful day where we've all been able to just connect with each other. We've had some beautiful conversations. All of you, every single one of you, getting to know each other and just playing out, getting out of the house, but being able to feel like the woman that is the business owner, not just in the business. It's been great.
Helen's going to bring her pom-poms next time.
Oh, Helen.
Did you know she was a cheerleader?
You don't bring next time.
Next time they're coming.
Wow, following Jenny's vibe. One of the highlights has been meeting you today with your vibe, but no, it's just been a really good experience. I've not known anybody. It's the first time I've ever had my own business. I've been in the corporate world for a long time, and my business came from a massive insecurity, going through child arrangements and court myself for a long time. So I have been following you for a little while, and just watching your post kind of made me step out my comfort zone and actually get the business out there. So yeah, the fact that I was so nervous coming here today, even to the point where I was like, is this outfit okay? Is this outfit okay? But everyone's just been so amazing, so supportive, and just thank you for that, because it's been brilliant.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I think I'm shocked that I'm saying this, but I've really enjoyed meeting everyone, because that's normally something that scares me, and I always tell myself I'm not a person that can do that, because my business is always social media, so I'm always on my own in
behind
my own house, behind a screen, and just getting out there and pushing myself to do it and actually meet people and realising it's actually not scary. Everyone's really nice. Most people. Everyone here is really nice.
We do a vibe check. I'm going to stick a no dickhead sign on the door, on the front door. So, it's fine.
Yeah. But just meeting everyone.
Good.
I've absolutely loved every single minute of today, right from arriving to the very end, because I'm in that kind of era, I guess, where I'm in my say yes era. I know it's time to step it up, get out there, push myself out my comfort zone. So I've kind of got to that point. But then just coming in, everyone's made the day so nice, just from little conversations to not knowing Nicola and just sitting down and let's grab some B-roll together and let's look like we're working on our laptops. And
you were going to say discussing the poo thing and how it affects the body biologically.
Sausage rolls and but that just, meeting people that I don't know and it's just kind of restoring that faith in humanity, I guess, sometimes as well, that people are nice and lovely, and it just restores your faith, doesn't it? Come, you have a great day, you meet people you don't know, and I was just like, just sit down, let's just do it. And so all of you, thank you. It's been an amazing day. I can't wait to see the results from it, and I can't wait to keep working with you, Emily.
I can't wait for Visible and Paid. I've literally been cramming stuff into this welcome pack, and he keeps telling me it's too big to go in the post. I'm like, make it fit. Make it fit. But she'll deliver it. Yeah, the growth in you already, I think, working so closely over the next 6 months, and the accountability side of things as well. And I mean, you all inspire me in different ways too, so I can't wait. It's a really good group coming together, so I'm really looking forward to it. And you've got your on location shoot included in it as well, so it'll be good. Thank you.
One of the things that I'm really passionate about at the minute is alignment. So it's about where I spend my time, who I spend my time with. And I think sometimes the universe just kind of line things up for you with who you're meant to be in your life at that particular time. So thank you, everybody, because you just take some from each conversation that you have, and I'm looking forward to staying connected with you ladies. So thank you.
Oh, I've loved everything about today. all you lovely ladies meeting you. I've had my business for a while, and at some point it's good to have a big refresh and have some glitter and pink in your business to send you off to the next phase to grow, which is just what I needed. It's just come at the right time. So it's been really good, and thank you, Emily, for putting. I've done lots of the bits we've done today, but on their own. And on their own, they're just not as good as the package of putting it all together.
Yeah. Have you benefited from the workbooks, do you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. We took a lot of printing. I couldn't get a staple through it because it was that thick. I was like, they better use these.
So I found it absolutely brilliant today. I think getting up this morning, I was just really looking forward to it. The workbooks are brilliant. You kind of know what you've got to do, but actually breaking it down makes it a little bit more manageable, if you like. Let's see what happens with social media. I don't know. Let's see.
We've all got each other to support each other's posts and stuff now as well. And I, like, someone called me the other week, I said this yesterday, the number one hype girl, and I'm like, I will own that. Like, I am all over everyone's posts, like, you go girl, yes, like, sort of thing. So I think just doing that for each other makes a massive difference as well. So on to other taboo subjects. What is your best sex tip then?
Oh Lord, I'm holding the mic.
I'm joking. I'm only joking. She was like, I think we need to pass it to Jenny now. I've been married a while. So I think it's probably a good idea to wrap it up there. But we are all off, some of us, for a lovely meal tonight. I can't wait to see all your pictures and your images, and I don't want to finish this without just bringing Rihanna into the shop. Because she's been absolutely amazing. You sit there. She's been here for the last couple of days, and I met her when I was on an interview, and she was just so enthralled and interested in business and women in business and things like that. And I was like, come along, get involved. And she's got up early both days. She's got on the train. She's lugged all her equipment about. I picked her up at 7 o'clock this morning, and she's been here for the full 2 days to provide all of this for you. So I just want to say huge thank you to you. And have you learned anything? Have you picked anything up, or are you just fed up of us all by now?
No, I think it's been quite inspiring being a young person, hearing everyone's experiences, how they got into their businesses, challenges they've encountered, and just, learning from everyone. Over both days, each person I've taken something different from. So it's been really fun weekend, and thank you for inviting me along.
Thank you. I'm going to ask one other person, and they're going to say no, but I'm not afraid of failure or rejection. Boobs, come here. Go on. Come here. Right, so Ruby has got up both days, right, out of bed early to come and help. You yesterday, honestly, I was so proud of you. She came in here, she isn't the most confident. I thought she'd sit in the corner on a phone and not be interested. And she came in, you helped out, she was moving the lights. She was even telling women where to put their hands, what to do. She's been putting teas and coffees on all the time. She's been escorting people. And I know she rolls her eyes at me like she is now and thinks I'm proper cringe. But I just want to say that, like, this is why I do what I do. When you see me, like, running out the house with all my bags and my heels, and you think, where the fuck is mum off to again? We're swanning about at events. This is literally why, and that's what I want you to grow up with. Yeah? Alright, you can bugger off now if you want.